A huge plunge, down 30% after the athletic goods retailer cut its sales outlook, citing pressure from the Foot Locker chain it bought back in September. Joining us right now is Anthony Chukumba, Managing Director, Senior Research Analyst, and Consumer Sector Head at Loop Capital Markets. They closed this deal almost just about 1 year ago, September 8th. But I do want to go back when they announced that deal. It was pretty widely derided. Dick's was a pretty healthy company on its own. Foot Locker was struggling. Two different footprints, big box store versus mall stores that Foot Locker had. They told us this would be accretive to earnings in fiscal 2026. So far, it's not. What's going on?
I mean, it's very simple. They never should have done this deal. Period, full stop. And they never should have done this deal for a number of reasons. I'm just going to point to two. First off, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Foot Locker has been bleeding market share to Dick's for years. They would have continued to do that. Second off, everything that they were doing was working, right? Dick's House of Sport, the Field House stores, continuing to gain market share, had all the big brands. So this deal was nonsensical. It was just a matter of time before it blew up spectacularly, and that's what we saw today.
So give me a sense here. Is there a path where they can sort of right this ship? Is it just closing more Foot Locker stores, or is there something else they can do?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm not sure I have a great answer. I mean, certainly closing more stores. Listen to this. Foot Locker has stores in 20 different countries, 20. They have 5 different concepts. It's nonsensical. And what's really interesting is when Dick's reported earnings last quarter, and Foot Locker actually had a pretty decent quarter, had positive comp store sales, and they increased their targets for the year, they said, you know what, we're probably not going to close as many stores as we originally thought. But yes, closing stores is definitely going to be part of it. Getting out of probably a ton of these countries is definitely going to be part of it, and probably maybe getting rid of a concept or two.
What about maybe considering getting rid of the business entirely? I mean, that seems kind of unprecedented, but is that on the table?
It's not on the table right now. I can almost assure you it will be on the table. And by the way, for the record, you brought it up, not me. And look, the reason that I say that is that I've seen this movie before. This is Dollar Tree buying Family Dollar back in like 2014. Within a year and a half or so, it was clear it wasn't working. And you know who had two thumbs and wrote a report basically saying they should sell that business? This guy. Now, it took them a lot longer than I anticipated to do it, but that's what ultimately happened. And that's probably what's going to happen here. That's what should happen here. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but honestly, I believe that's the end game.
That's the end game. So I just want to make sure, and I know we're kind of pinning everything on this quarter on to Foot Locker, but it's kind of interesting to see a lot of the peers in this space get dragged down, whether it's other retailers or some of the actual shoemakers themselves, like a Deckers and Nike. Should we not read anything into the declines we're seeing there?
There's probably a little bit of a read. I mean, one of the things that they said was that there is this buildup of inventory in the channel, and so everyone's getting more promotional. That can't be good for anyone. But when you look at the reduction in the guidance for the full year, it really was in Foot Locker. I mean, they trimmed their numbers, their earnings numbers, a little bit in the core Dick's business, but the vast majority is in Foot Locker. But I think it's fair to say that there is some read-through, you know, to a Deckers, to a Nike, to an Academy Sports.
You know, sorry, we got 30 seconds left, but I was actually trying to furiously find your note from back in May of 2025. Sort of left you scratching your head, was what that said. I guess, is that why you lost all your hair, Anthony? I love you, man.
Being in the retail industry for 20 years is the reason I lost all my hair. Before I got into the retail industry, I had a full afro.
All right, we got to get you back soon for a longer conversation. Anthony Chukumba, one of the best in the business, Managing Director, Senior Research Analyst, and Consumer Sector Head at Loop Capital Markets. This is Bloomberg.